Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand and join us for the singing of our national anthem, and please remain standing for an honor song by Thunder Jack, who is Bear Clan from the Oneida Nation.
Ton bras est beau d'élever, il sait porter la gloire. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Thunder Jack. Please take your seats. On behalf of George Brown College, I would like to welcome you all, graduates, family, and friends, to this morning's convocation exercises for the class of 2013. My name is Laura Jo Gunter. I'm the Senior Vice President Academic, and it is my pleasure to serve as your Masters of Ceremonies this morning. Graduates, today we have gathered to recognize your academic achievements. You have worked hard to get here. I extend warm congratulations to all of you on this special day. Our convocation ceremony today is taking place on the traditional lands of Mississauga of New Credit. I would like to introduce the members of our platform party. I ask them to stand and remain standing as they are introduced. Please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. It is my pleasure to introduce Sally Horsfall-Eaton, the first Chancellor of George Brown College. From George Brown College, Ann Sato, President, Diane Tessier, Registrar, Lorraine Trotter, Dean, Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts, and Assistant Vice President International. Our keynote speaker this morning is Peter Oliver, who will be more formally introduced later in the program. and finally, the staff and faculty of the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts at George Brown College. Ladies and gentlemen, your platform party. Please take your seats. This morning, we are recognizing graduates from the George Brown Chef School in the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts. Our interpreters this morning are Monique Ledrew and Tara Everett, and our captioner is Joanne Anderson. I now invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton to address the graduating class. Madam Chancellor.
Okay, so you made it. Congratulations, terrific. It's a big day, and I know you all worked very hard. And I'm sure you're wondering where this road will lead you. And by the way, your families are wondering too. And I can't tell you that. Where you are now and where you think you're going to be 5 years from now could be very, very different. But I can offer you a few words of advice for both successful at work, in your life, and as a resident of Canada. The first one being when you're asked to sing "O Canada," sing it. Don't be shy. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts, more important than money, more important than circumstances, more important than what other people think or say or do. We can't change the inevitable. Bad things do happen, and that is life. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it, and so it is with you. We're in charge of our attitudes, and in turn, in charge of our lives. We determine our own feelings and our own happiness, and it's nobody else's responsibility. So be irrepressibly positive. Be the kind of person who's fun to be around, who's welcome most anywhere, rather than the doom and gloom pessimist who is shunned at work, isn't included in the classroom, and certainly is never invited to happy hour. So smile, be cheerful, and play nice or go home. Now, the world is made up of leaders and followers, and we couldn't possibly get along without both. Many of us aspire to be leaders, but in either the workplace or the military or the community, and many of us tremble at the thought. Some leaders are very effective, and some, frankly, are misplaced. Do each of you know what you are or what you should be? Some people do all the things a leader should do, but are either reticent to speak up or don't want to, quotes, be leading the troops. And this person fills the very important role of invisible leader, leading from behind, the advisor. If that is you, such a person is diligent, studies the issues, and is thoughtful and helpful when looking for solutions. All good leaders want and indeed need advisors who can act as a sounding board. Now, leadership is taken, not given, not intentionally, but simply by the actions of an individual. A potential leader is the first to step forward to do a job, the first to make useful, thoughtful suggestions, and the first to get things done. One doesn't do this for recognition, but simply because it's the natural inclination of the individual and to lead and to be part of the action. A good leader generally has a vision of where things should go, and I'm a believer that it's not as complicated as it seems. A good believer has a good leader has a good dose of common sense, coupled with a little naivety, Most major accomplishments in this world occurred because the visionary didn't understand or didn't acknowledge the stumbling blocks in the way and just went through and got things done. So dare to dream. As Chancellor, I worked to maintain George Brown's outstanding reputation. And now, as alumni, please help me by also being an ambassador for the college. At George Brown, we are a family. So stay involved. This is your alma mater. And finally, in closing, I'd like to give you a quote from William Shakespeare's play, The Reluctant Graduate. Unfortunately, Shakespeare didn't write a play, The Reluctant Graduate. So instead, you get a Sally quote. Today, you are a graduate, and you've had lots of fun. And now it's time to capitalize on all that you have done. So make it happen, go for it, and enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. I will now call upon Dean Lorraine Trotter to address the graduating class on behalf of the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts and introduce our keynote speaker.
Good morning. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, graduates, faculty and staff, and family and friends, welcome. I want to share something with you. I have a son and a daughter who are at the same age and stage as some of you here today. I recently irked them by telling them that my husband and I are moving from our quiet, suburban home to an exciting life in downtown Toronto. Why, they asked, did we do that after they had left home? Now, I'm about to do the same thing to you. I'm going to tell you about exciting things that are going to happen at the school after you've graduated. I have a reason. We're going to be developing even more exciting and challenging programs to meet the needs of industry, such as an advanced pastry program and one in the wines and beverages area, plus more nutrition programming and expanded international field placements. We're going to implement a major recipe renewal investment in our core culinary programs, over $500,000 in faculty and food to make sure students have an exciting food experience. We're going to continue to build partnerships with the country's leading chefs and grow our expertise in research, in innovative food, in recipe and nutrition development. We're going to continue to feed this city, this country, and the world with graduates who are ahead of the crowd, who bring passion to the table and to the customer's experience. I'm telling you about these upcoming investments and changes because the George Brown Chef School will be an even more important brand in culinary education in the years to come. We are already a leader in delivering chefs, culinary and nutrition graduates with excellent cooking skills and the ability to leverage and lead trends. We already have the best urban location in the heart of this dynamic city, which is a destination for ingredients and techniques from around the world. We will continue to build our brand, which will have a positive impact on your brand. Did you know you have a brand? I believe strongly in seeing oneself as a brand. Brand is just a message that captures the important characteristics of something. A brand tells people that those characteristics will be delivered consistently. When I say Starbucks, you know what the experience will be, what their brand is. And when I say craft dinner, you know what the experience will be. As you go out into the workforce, think about your brand. Are you passionate about local sourcing? Stay true to that and develop your knowledge and your connections in that area. That can be your brand. Are you fascinated by the world outside of Canada? Be knowledgeable about foods of the world. Go work at hotels around the world. That can be your brand. Are you an expert in reading customers and sensing what kind of service they want? Develop those skills. Position yourself where you can demonstrate those superior skills. That can be your brand. A brand is simply a short story, a message that captures who you really are. And you will always be successful if you stay true to who you really are. And we will stay true to who we are. As alumni, you can count on the fact that you can be proud of us and come back to us for more learning, for great employees, for great partnerships. You have a great foundation in the culinary world. Now go out and do great things. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to a man whose own brand, as a distinctive leader, a creative restaurateur, a vital community member, and an entrepreneur, have made him renowned in Canada. He's also a valued friend of the college and our students. Peter Oliver is the co-owner of Oliver and Bonacini, recognized as one of Canada's leading fine dining restaurant companies, operating 12 unique and innovative restaurants in Ontario. Peter Oliver and his business partner, Chef Michael Bonacini, were ranked 26th in Toronto Life's 50 most influential people last December. Now that's a brand. Oliver and Bonacini credit its success to developing a strong corporate culture where excellence of food quality and service are valued above all else. Their operations include a la carte dining, quick service, catering, group dining, and special events. They operate unique concept restaurants and a mid-range casual dining concept in Toronto, in Blue Mountain, and in Oakville. Oliver and Bonacini Events manages large-scale event facilities, including the City Ballroom at the Toronto Board of Trade, Malaparte at Tiff Bell Lightbox, Acadia Court, and Windermere House on Lake Rosso in Muskoka. But in addition, Peter is the founder and chief fundraiser of the Stephen Leacock Foundation, a very successful children's charity. See, Peter's passion extends beyond building an incredibly successful restaurant culture, and he's instilled that integrity and dedication into every aspect of his life. Over the past 10 years, Stephen Leacock Foundation has raised $6.5 million for children's causes and has constructed 3 schools in underprivileged South Africa, which is an amazing accomplishment. Peter's fundraising escapades have included rappelling down the outside of the King Edward Hotel and living on the top of a flagpole for a week. I don't know if he'll share that story with us, but you should know that about Peter. Peter Oliver is not only a restaurateur and fundraising superstar, he is the consummate entrepreneur. The hospitality and tourism industry continues to learn from Peter's vision and innovative approach to customer service and staff training. Just one of the reasons Oliver and Bonacini is listed in the top 100 Canadian employers in Canada and the top 50 in the GTA, in case you were looking for work. I'm delighted to share with you that Peter will be receiving an honorary Bachelor of Applied Business in Hospitality Operations Management at the Convocation ceremony this afternoon. In the meantime, please join me in welcoming Peter Oliver to the podium.
Good morning. Thank you, Lorraine. It is very kind of you to exaggerate my introduction in front of so many people. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, graduates, George Brown faculty, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot adequately express my gratitude for the honor you have bestowed upon me today. I myself was not the most successful academic student, and so my parents would be enormously proud of me if they were alive and here today. Frankly, I was not particularly good at any subject, but I was really pathetic at math. I always believed that there were three kinds of math students: those who could count and those who couldn't. So, thank you, George Brown, for this wonderful honor. At Oliver and Bonacini, we treasure the relationship we have with George Brown, and may it continue forever. Madam President, there are many faculties at George Brown, and we know that you have to pretend that they are equally important. But we also know that this is your favorite, don't we? To the proud parents, your sons and daughters have made an excellent career choice because the food and hospitality industry is on fire, fueled as it is by passion, and you can never go wrong with passion in your life. Culinary and hospitality skills are transferable around the world, and people always have to eat. To the students, congratulations on reaching this important milestone. Well done to each one of you. I envy the position that you're in today and would gladly trade places with you. You have your whole life ahead of you. The question is, what will you do with it? The challenge for all of us is how we make the most of the life we have, the opportunity we have. Each of you has enormous potential within you, but potential is only that, unless you can discover the secret code to access that potential and to turn it into achievement and a fulfilled life. The reality is some of you will crack the code and live up to your potential, and some of you won't. The answers to achieving your potential, to a successful life, are in fact surprisingly simple, but they now rest with you. Going forward, you are responsible for your own success. Successes in business and in life have the discipline to do the things the failures are unwilling to do. These guys do things that these guys are not willing to do. So here is my simple Convocation Day advice. 1, you need a personal vision or dream story of what you want to be. About 20 years ago, I received a phone call from a guy, and he said, I'm a friend of one of your best customers, and I'd like to come and talk to you for an hour about something that I think you'll benefit from. So I said to him, look, I'm busy, I'll give you 15 minutes. So he came in and he said, look, I realize we've only got 15 minutes. Here's a blank piece of paper. You spend the first 8 minutes and you write down everything you ever wanted in life. It doesn't matter how crazy it is. If you want to become a helicopter pilot, write it down. If you want to learn to speak Armenian, write it down. If you want to run a marathon, write it down. So I started writing down, and I got quite motivated by thinking of all the things. And at the end of 8 minutes, he said, okay, that's it. It's 8 minutes are up. Now have a look at that list and tell me how much of your time are you spending on getting those things on the list. And in reality, it was less than 15%. And so he said to you, what's the point of your life if when you have the chance to write down what you really want, you're spending less than 15% to try to get it? And I was, I was impressed by that. And he said, look, if I could help you get the things on the list, would that be worth something to you? And I said, yes. And he said, would it be worth $2,600? And I said, yes. And that's how I started doing goal setting. Now, writing down your personal dream story will help you to direct your own life, as opposed to letting outside circumstances determine your life for you. Number 2, you will be successful if you adopt a no excuses attitude to life. I went to boarding school first at age 7, and it was tough, but being there, especially in my teens, I found myself, and I learned certain intrinsic lessons of life. At a boarding school, you're divided into houses, and I was in Graham House, and the housemaster was a Major Delisle. Major Delisle walked like that. He had a very stiff back, and apparently it was because he had walked for 13 miles with a bayonet in his back in northern Italy during the Second World War. If you were caught doing something wrong, you were sent to see Major Delisle. And for example, if you were late for math class, Mr. Lucas, the math teacher, would send a note to Major Delisle saying Oliver was late for math class. At breakfast the next morning, Major Delisle would say, I'd like to see the following boys, Smith, Jones, Oliver, in my office. When you went into Major Delisle's office, you stood at attention, and he said to you, Mr. Lucas says you were late for math class. Guilty or not guilty? And if you said, guilty, sir, he'd say, right, 3 it'll be. And in those days, there was caning, and so you bend over, and he'd give you 3. If you said, not guilty, sir, he'd say, right, 4 it'll be. He wasn't interested in excuses. And so I grew up, and he felt that if you were late, you should have thought about it ahead of time. Making excuses for non-performance, either to yourself or to other people, is like a sickness which weakens you and holds you back from being all you can be. If you adopt a no excuses attitude, you will push yourself harder because you will not look to someone or something to blame for your setbacks. 3, to be successful, you must continually sharpen your saw. Imagine 2 lumberjacks in a tree cutting contest to see who can cut down the most trees in an hour. Each is given a saw. One takes his saw and goes at it. The other sits down for 10 minutes and sharpens his saw. Once the second lumberjack starts cutting with the sharp saw, he quickly overtakes his rival. Similarly, at the start of your career, your priority must be to sharpen your saw. To learn, learn, learn. You must be obsessed with making yourself more skilled, more knowledgeable, more experienced, and more valuable. Don't necessarily take the job which pays the most. Take the job where you learn the most. Work part-time for free if need be, if it makes you sharper. You will overtake the other guys. Sharpening the saw also applies to your physical body. Be physically fit, eat healthy food, get proper sleep, switch off the TV and read a book. Challenge yourself mentally to keep sharp. If you think of it, your body is your closest lifelong partner. 4, you must take chances and not be afraid to make mistakes. All of us are terrified of the humiliation of making mistakes. But thinking like that holds you back. Making mistakes is a prerequisite to learning, growing, and moving forward. Thomas Edison, who eventually succeeded in developing the light bulb, performed tens of thousands of experiments which failed. When someone asked him if he was ever discouraged or felt like a failure, he replied, "Not at all. I have successfully found 10,000 ways which don't work." I myself have made so many mistakes over the years, too many to count. Some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. 5, you cannot succeed without hard work and focus. Business today is more competitive than it has ever been. To really progress in your career, you will have to be on your game. This means being switched on all the time, every day, with 100% of your brain cells devoted to your job. Facebook, Twitter, games, these are all distractions which take your mental energy away from achieving your personal vision, from those things you have said you want. Do you think that the people who brought you Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Angry Birds, or Snapchat were thinking about helping your career or for you to succeed in life and be able to provide for your family? No. They want you hooked, like on tobacco, or like sheep, so they can sell their company to Google for billions. Don't be used and manipulated. Don't allow your time and energy to be frittered away on things that won't achieve your dream story. When I started my career, I worked very hard, 16, 17, 18 hours a day. With my first bakery, I remember on Friday nights, I would often go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, and I would set my alarm for 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 hours sleep. But today, looking back, I feel that hard work paid off. It was worth it. Confucius said, "The man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither." 6, and finally, give back more than you take out. To some extent, we are all guilty of taking for granted how privileged we are to live in Canada. The global financial crisis has brought into focus that the health of every country is the sum of its citizens' contributions. I encourage you to make it a point of honor that in return for the education and foundation for life that you have received, and which we celebrate today, you will commit to doing your best to put into Canada more than you take out. All of us wants a fulfilled life, a distinctive life, a relevant life. There is nothing that can contribute more to this goal than helping others and by doing more than your share. To sum up, if you want to succeed, you must be prepared to do the things the failures are unwilling to do. Have the discipline to write your personal dream story and hold yourself accountable. Don't make excuses. Sharpen your saw. Your personal skill set and your mental and physical energy will be your strongest assets in life. Take chances and, yes, make mistakes. This will make you stronger. Work harder and be more focused than your peers. Lastly, and most importantly, give back. To live a fulfilled life, you will have to be brave enough to stand apart from others. The man who follows the crowd will usually get no further than the crowd. The man who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been before. Creativity in living is not without its difficulties, for peculiarity breeds contempt. And the unfortunate thing about being ahead of your time is that when people finally realize you were right, they'll say it was obvious all along. You have 2 choices in life. You can dissolve into the mainstream, or you can be distinct. To be distinct, you must be different. To be different, you must strive to be what no one else but you can be. You only have one life. It's up to you. Good luck, and welcome to the hospitality industry.
Thank you, Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the part of today's ceremony in which we recognize outstanding scholastic achievement by our graduates. At this time, I would like to recognize the recipient of the Governor General's Academic Medal. First awarded in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the Governor General's Academic Medal is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student at a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. The Collegiate Bronze Medal from the Governor General of Canada is awarded to a student in a 2- or 3-year program with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year, the recipient of the Governor General's Academic Medal is Meli Guan, who graduated from the Business Administration Accounting program in the School of Financial Services in the Center of Business. Meli received her award at her convocation ceremony on Wednesday, June 12th. Yes, she deserves a big applause. We would also like to recognize the recipient of the Board of Governors Medal. The Board of Governors Medal was established in 2007 when the first degree programs graduated from George Brown College. The medal is awarded to a full-time student in a degree program of at least 4 years in duration and is awarded for academic excellence to the student with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year, the recipient of the Board of Governors Medal is Irvin G. Ford Sia, who is graduating from the Bachelor of Applied Business Hospitality Operations Management program in the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management in the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts. Irvin will receive his award at his convocation this afternoon. This morning, we are proud to honor a graduate from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts with a Dean's Award to recognize both their high academic achievement over all semesters with the Center and their contributions to the college community. I would like to call on Dean Lorraine Trotter to come forward to present the award from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts. This year, the recipient of the Dean's Award for the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts is Carrie Levine. Carrie is a graduate of the Culinary Management program in the George Brown Chef School. Carrie, please come forward to accept your award. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for this morning. Manuel Ching is graduating from the Culinary Management program in the George Brown Chef School. Manuel, please come forward and address the graduating class of 2013.
Wow, an ocean of blue robes and talent lay before me. This is so beautiful. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, all my fellow graduates, woo! George Brown faculty and staff, ladies and gentlemen, loving friends and loving families, I bid you all a good morning on this fabulous day, Thursday, June 13, 2013. It is my greatest pleasure and honor to celebrate this momentous occasion with everyone here on our graduation day. To begin, I need to thank Chef Christine, she who can juggle 7 things at the same time while still being able to help you with your life issues, Walker, for asking me to be valedictorian for the convocation of graduates from the George Brown Chef School. I am not the only graduate here who will remember you for life. You are a cool, cool teacher. She can flip a pan and chop vegetables and stuff and, flip a book while she's flipping a pan and cast magic spells on. And if you don't have a tie on, she'd go Avada Kedavra or something. But it was an awesome ride. from start to finish, and I don't mind telling you. I started January 2012, culinary management, and I expected harsh travels through the 1-year, 4-month journey with 5 weeks in total of time off from school or some ridiculous number like that. But that journey seemed easier, having inspired strong people as classmates. We became friends as time passed. We became allies as more challenges came to face us together. And as we got to know the rest of the students, like the integrated and the bakers, we got to try out perspective on new things, right? We came in strong, we left strong, we had a brotherhood and a sisterhood. For the many group projects where we went to distant restaurants together to critique them, to the fanciful experience of the Marriage of Food and Wine Gala where we showcased exquisite items like our very own double smoked bacon-wrapped roasted kabocha squash with maple glaze, and the blended cheese and peppered strawberry shortbread tart. We can be thankful for the histories, for the many, many delicious histories. Hip, hip! For the many trips to distant and not too distant eateries within Kensington and St. Lawrence Market, shopping for new tools between shops across Toronto like Tap Fong, Dinettes, and Nella, having beers at Betty's, to breaking bread with your college friends in style practically anywhere in Toronto because you had a 2-hour lunch break together. This semester, we can be thankful. We had a good time together? No. We had an awesome time together. Hip, hip! For the George Brown staff like Dale Neverwinter Prattley and the Dean's Rec team led by Adam, the Godfather Lawrence, we give thanks. You allowed us the ability to give our time to others, and you showed us true courtesy and kindness. Hip, hip. You guys know Dale, right? Okay, let's give another cheer for Dale. Hip, hip. For the people we've come to know and love, who as classmates became our brothers and our sisters, we are very thankful. There's a whole list of names I could tell you now whose inspired skills make me happy and confident that the culinary future is a surprising and awesome tale, yet to be written, full of twists and crazy ideas. We all have this list, this list of beloved friends who through thick and thin came through for you and now sits right beside you in robes, a proud ally through this awesome journey, a fellow conqueror of the fates. Hip, hip! For the many cool teachers experienced, like the precise Chef Woods, Master Butcher Chef Betteridge and Chef Langley, Big Brother Chef Wolfman, meticulous Chef Patashnik, Chef Roussel, Chef Maurer, to name only a few from an excellent group of genuine educators who we are totally thankful for. We give praise. We had a good time being taught by your awesome teachers. We had a brotherhood and a sisterhood, and you gave us our education and our professional conscience. Hip, hip. But it doesn't end here, brothers and sisters. We are cooks for life, right? We went through the ritual of fire together, and through that fire, we're reborn together. Within the next 10 years, you will find a great number of our fellow graduates here, heading the newspapers, cornering new and revised culinary strategies, painting the landscape with the same inspiration I've experienced during my time here with them, making history together. You guys are all awesome, a very inspired crowd. We have a lot of people in this graduating class who care about things and care about others, people who care about quality, people who care about dreams. Stay inspired and stay true to this magical craft. In the words of Harriet Van Horn, cooking is like love. It should be entered into with abandon or not at all. Mama, Papa, and my family here with me, I could not have done it without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations to everyone once more. Live life and love living. Stay true to your stuff and stay awesome. We did it. Woo!
Thank you, Manuel, for that truly inspiring speech. I think I just converted to something. Anyway, we have now reached the formal part of our ceremony where we award credentials, the diplomas and certificates, and these become official documents of the college. I invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton to come forward. Will the candidates please stand? That's you guys up.
I like your line, converted to something.
Madam Chancellor, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates assembled here today have qualified in all respects for their credentials by successfully completing the curricula offered by the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts at George Brown College. Faculty members have recommended that they be awarded their credentials in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of George Brown College, I do hereby confer on you your respective diplomas and certificates with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the candidates not present, I request that you confer their credentials in absentia.
I so do, and congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, during the next part of the ceremony, we will be presenting the candidates individually to Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton and President Ann Sato. To show our respect for each candidate, we ask that you remain in your seats until the last candidate has received her or his credential. We also ask that you withhold your applause until all of the candidates from each program have been presented. For our candidates, upon receiving your credential, please follow the pink feet off the stage. We ask that you then return to your seats and enjoy the rest of the convocation program. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I wish to present the candidates from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts so that you may confer their credentials. I will ask our announcer to come to the podium now, Patrick Kwok-Chun, who is a graduate of George Brown's Theatre School.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts, George Brown Chef School, from the Culinary Management Program, Zunaid Afzal, Mary Majarel Cruz Abalnyel, Amandeep, Aldrin Amat, Sheridan Anikal, Cassandra Noel Angelis with honors, Ryan Armstrong, Clayton Arsenault, Michelle Barreto, Patrick Vincent Balin, Suzanne Beckett with honors, Joseph Kale Bejin, Mahesh Bambur with honors, Katrina Aiza Karijutan Atrologo, Cassandra Elizabeth Bobby, Brittany Jennifer Blake, Matthew Bornett with honors, Gregory Bortz-Kiewicz, John David Boyne with honors, Jeanette Elisa Bracken, Michelle Christine Belknap, Jong Byom Beck, Shalene Adriana Branch, Sarah Marie Bridge, Wing Yi Eugenie Chan, Nicole Adrian Chung, Colin Evan Campbell. Cornell Carby. Derek M.J. Cho. Wei Min Chen. Manuel S. Ching with honors. Byung Hua Choi. Matthew Chow. Victor Pak Young Chuen. Tien Ren Chen. Arvin Adarna Calisito with honors. J.C. Angala. Daniel Bui. Rebecca Burke. Michael Christopher Cafagna. Martina Calixt. Timothy Richard Canner with honors. Yu Husuan Chen. Jin Mo Choi. Octavia Olivia Coleman with honors. Diana Corpus. Greg Cheddarchuk with honors. Roderick Dawson. Samantha Caitlin DiDonato. Aaron Justin DeJesus. Timothy John Dizak. Allison Jennifer Diggins with honors. Lida Tui Din. Amber Shea Duguid with honors. Andy Duong with honors. Warren Durand. Vadim Dvorkin. Natasi Edwards. Jorge Gustavo Egusquiza. Roberto Espinal. Brittany Alexandra Ewart. Wen Fang. Melanie Jean Fisher with honors. Sarah Lynn Foote with honors. Kyle Stephen Foster. Kashana Ashaki Fullerton. Marvin Dion Garcia. Elizabeth Ann Gifford with honors. Tiffany B. Giles with honors. Justin Godwin. Anna Carolina Gonzalez. Laura Lena Guanti. Yanfei Guo. Jessica Lynn Hatton. Nicole Rose Hodgeveen. Renz Jethro Flores Holgaldo. From the Culinary Management and the Culinary Skills Chef Training, Zi Yu Hua. Stephen Kenneth Hunt with honors. From the Culinary Skills Chef Training and the Culinary Management Program, Genevieve Nicole Hutchinson. Jordan Irwin. Caitlin Iserhoff. Jadis Jackson. Sehi Jang. Jacob Jaramillo. Malcolm Lloyd Jeffers. Hyun Jung Jong. Carlos Jimenez. Dylan Bruce Jogi. Chris Victor Jolly. Glendolyn Sherry Jones. Harris Andrew Jones, with honors. Gwendolyn Joris. Hee Jo Jung. Puneet Kaul. Alec Keith Kerr. Boa Kim. Hyung Jun Kim. Jin Sun Kim. Young Woo Kim. Mehmet Khan Kologlu. Kayla Kozina. Caitlin Joan Kraling. Jae Hong Kwon. Jessica May Lagman. Stephen David Lappin, with honors. Neil Patrick Laren. Beatrice Erica Villacorta Lata, with honors. Amanda Lee. Lashada Jessa Lee. Ran Yong Lee, with honors. Samantha V. Lee. Vincent Ming Kit Lee. Alexandre Lessard Martin. Carrie Levine, with honors and Dean's Award winner. Do Seong Lim. Ki Rong Lin. Run Tien Liu. Zin Liu. Simon Low, with honors. Monica Liu. Brian Putsasak Luagmani. Patrick Lucht. Alexandra Lum. Amanda Liu. Jinran Ma. Xingxiang Ma. Nichelle Elsie McGinley. Salini R. Mahamanan. Joanna Ruth Manalo Manalo. Jarell Abelos Manansala. Mishi Maniwa, with honors. Maria Janelle Marquez. Carlene Anna Patricia Mason. Racine Madison. Madeline Kathleen Maynard. William James McCurdy. Lisa Ann Mewasij, with honors. Abjit Menhandale. Walter Raul Mena. Sarah Rebecca Mendelson. Vincent Yan. Alicia Miller. Michael Mitri. Nicole Mogilnicki. Diana Mojica, with honors. Mary Ann Claire Mojica. Terry Stephen Mokri. Stephanie Moni. Eric David Moore. Francisca Andrea Morales. Paul Moreno. Cholet Anissa Morgan. Volodymyr Mikityak, with honors. Anthony Tung Kit Ning. Jason Van Nguyen. Lin Phuong Nguyen. Than Nguyen. Timothy Nguyen. Gareth Norholm. Alexander Novak. Samden Nyendak. Matthew Thomas Obermoser. Colin McDowell O'Brien. Manuel Ocreto. Min Jung Oh with honors. Holly Ann Oliver. Lara Mellon Olenrenshaw. Aaron Palmer with honors. Marvin Joseph Palomo. Sophia Alexandra Paravalos Favrin with honors. Leslie Parial with honors. Sue Young Park with honors. Priyank Parmar. Mabuena Polo. Esmeralda Rosa Paz Pizarro. Romina Marissa Pelufo with honors. Morgan Alexander Penachetti. Tuan An Pham. Mark Pilpot with honors. Zachary Prett. Samuel Prima. Emily Amanda Pugh. Ram Rabino. Gokulan Ratnakumar. Allison Reckesens. Jenna Lee Reeves. Matt Dean Reed. James Patrick Lawson Rickefort. Simon Farley Rivard. Jordan Robinson. Dahlia Rockman. Karina Belen Rodriguez. Justin Ross. Ivan Rueda. Khalil Isaiah Ryan with honors. Vinay Pal Singh Saini. Nargez Sanjari with honors. Justin Samuel Saunders. Carly Jillian Schwartz. Alexander Michael Segan. Niraj Sedev. Dewey Setiawati with honors. Adish Sharma. Chen Shen. Brandon Matthew Sibick. Rachel Lauren Simpson. Ashley Sinamban. Sumit Singh. Michael J. Sinekas. Rebecca Sklar with honors. Jesse Skirowski with honors. Tristan James Smith. Caitlin Mary Stacy. Gabriel Jose Sura. Alexander Dylan Taras. Pacharapol Tangamornrat. Joshua Liko Serkina Tombuk. Yi Tong. Alan Mauricio Valdivia with honors. Carrie Adam Valentine. Philip Donald Vulgaris. Sarah Vrabel with honors. Kelly Wallen. Xiang Wei. Annette Lynn Wibbing. Thomas Andrew Wolfe. Lok Ting Leslie Wong. Haley Larissa Rixton. Yen Mei Wu Wu. Iris Yap. Richard Yeats. Derek DeLang Yu. Wendy Yu. Anton Zaechuk. Xingwei Zhang. Shaoli Znag with honors. Jacob Roberto Zulabar with honors. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Baking Pre-Employment Program. Jessica Christine Budd with honors. Aaron Kraus. Katie Daw with honors. Catherine Mary Dorkin. Russell Edward French. Schlese Harris Campbell. Sabrina Lee Hopley with honors. Bhushan Girish Kulakar. Crystal Anne Lamoureux. Lindsay Elizabeth Jean Sylvester. Stacy Wilkinson. Tessa Margaret Williamson. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Culinary Skills Chef Training Program. Rebecca Astafan with honors. Jeremy Todd Austin with honors. Coleman Benny Barton. Raquel Beam. Eric James Barham. Lucas Bors with honors. Liam Brims. Glenn Douglas Candy. Ozench Janites with honors. Cornvina Chachawal with honors. Christine Ann Cordiano. Stuart Kroll. Rodel Datour Cuenco. Christopher David Couteau. Sheldon Anthony Davis with honors. Robin Dawson with honors. Eric Darama with honors. Justin Durache. Jamshid Derwish. Sergio Diaz. Deborah Ann Ellis. Ma Alda Fadarugao with honors. Panina Friedland with honors. Wei Guo Gao. Jonathan Peter Gear with honors. Taylor Alexandria Hyun with honors. Stephanie Jara. John Enrico Javier. Swapnil Shankar Jogale. Matthew James Johnston. Daniel Jung. Tabitha Kelly with honors. Tyler Sean Eric Kibjis. Sucharita Konaroy. Dustin Patrick James Leake. Brian Kweshong Leong. David J. Leroy. Mackenzie Lewis with honors. O'Neill Louis Salvador Manabat. Saletta Innes McDade with honors. Jeremy Lee Medja. Mark Andrew Mendoza. Paul Moncrief. Mo Nigam. Andre Oliveira. Mariana Ovales Santos. Amanda Francis Sawigij. Puneet Rakesh Segal. Michael James Vanderbilt Sellens with honors. Mark Angelo Benavidez Sosa. Zoe Jacqueline Stubich. Nicholas Michael Salente. Angelica Grace Taylor with honors. Jacqueline Michelle Turnbull. Dimitro Uzmanov. Rummy Wine. Brittany Cora York. Lisa Ka Ling Yu. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Baking and Pastry Arts Management Program. Muriel Banzon. Justine Andrea Barone with honors. From the Baking Pre-Employment and the Pastry Arts Management Program, Leanne Barrett. Megan Christina Beck. Petra M. Bacchus with honors. Martha Claire E. Boris with honors. Xavier Lance Dominique Brigelal Escleton. Amanda Buck. Doreen Marie Bukash. Emily May Burgraff. Anissa Lee Kanzanis. Jansu Chechen with honors. Cynthia May Chu. Kelsey Michelle Krirar. Alana Michelle Darmiento. Sarah Bernadette DeWall with honors. Calissa Ray Dale DeCoppel. Dion D'Souza. Charlene Barbara Endicott. Arthur Edward Fabian with honors. Marcia Fatou with honors. Andrew Mark Gaylard. Janessa Maria Garner with honors. Courtney Lee Gilbert with honors. Melanie E. Hagan with honors. Abby Melissa Haskett. Adriana Jacobo with honors. Leonid Kakin. Alexandra Yuna Kim. Christy Lai. Janet Lay. Yan Yensing Lin with honors. Brianna Marie Licio. Angel Martin. Tiffany Miguel. Megan Deborah Joan Moore. Alexa Ann Nixon. Clarissa May Nolan. Bean Orr. Jacqueline Owens with honors. Christine Phillips with honors. Taylor Victoria Pimento with honors. Kaylee Melissa Riche. Susan Roberton with honors. Angela Sadikov. Aparecida Santos with honors. Rachel Shea. Ricky Shalolo. Ricky Shalolo. Shanae Silver Jimerson. Julian Ezekiel Sisson. Courtney Amanda Thompson with honors. Olivia Claire Thorpe with honors. Afisha Williams. Leora Lillian Winkler. Candy Chunman Wu. Melissa Stephanie Wu. Zhu Huan Wu. Jimin Claire Yu. Juan Yu. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Culinary Arts Italian program. Meherwan Bawa. Aniket Palirao. Nicole Jessica Carolan. Jason William Crow. Jessica Dahan with honors. Cameron Scott Duncan. Amanda Nicole Dunlop Dewar. Alessandro Julian Lapienta. Sushant Medhekar. Nico Jose Policarpio. Trisha Susan Quirt with honors. Karn Tanka. Devin Paula Heather Walsh with honors. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Baker II Apprentice Advanced Program. Kelly Amaral Godin with honors. Alicia Finley with honors. Tara Grimes. Mary Ann Janice N. Kalelang. Christina Lenza with honors. Megan Luftman. Shayla Sherry Megson. Amanda Mello. Cedric H. Payawal with honors. Saskia Scott with honors. Caitlin Verschure with honors. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Cook II Apprentice Advanced Program. Cameron Ablack with honors. Francis Aquino. Matthew David Booth. Sopal Boo. Brandon Chi Ming Lee with honors. Pasquale Rousseau. Stefan Sayed. Brandon Schiestel. Will Simmons. Michael Carl Urbanowicz. Matthew Winke with honors. David Wong. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President. And congratulations, all graduates, class of 2013.
This concludes the conferring of credentials. I now invite President Ann Sato to address the graduating class. Madam President.
Good morning, everyone. Class of 2013, congratulations. I couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. Convocation is truly my favorite part of the academic year, and this year is extra special, at least for me. It's the 10th year I've had the honor of presiding over our convocation ceremonies. I keep thinking, where has the time gone? And I imagine some of you may feel the same. I certainly did when just last week I watched my younger son graduate. As he walked across the stage, much like this one, I was filled with a sense of pride and optimism. As parents, we want our children to be successful, but even more than that, we want them to be happy. I believe that finding a career you're passionate about is a key to that happiness. So, how do you know you found it? Psychologists sometimes talk about a mental state known as flow. You've probably experienced it before. It's that feeling you get when you're so immersed in a task that you lose track of time. Both your body and your mind are completely focused on what you're doing, and your skills are being used to their utmost. Athletes and performers often refer to it as being in the zone, but flow can happen in any career. I imagine that chefs can feel it as they hustle to get the perfect dish out of the kitchen on time, and it's all worked beautifully. As you explore new work opportunities, I hope you'll remain attuned to these moments of perfect focus and clarity. They won't happen every day, but when they do, they're a good indication that you've found something that you love. This is important because people who are happy and fulfilled at work tend to be happier when they're not at work, too. They're the people who really engage with the world around them. The volunteers, the community organizers, the people making a real difference in the lives of others. As president of George Brown, I feel a great responsibility in ensuring that we offer our students a well-rounded experience. one that encourages you to find meaningful ways to engage while providing a solid foundation for you to step confidently onto your career path. That's why we work so closely with industry to develop and enhance our curriculum. It's why we invest in state-of-the-art learning facilities like our new waterfront campus or the game design and ESL spaces on King Street. And based on what the Dean said today, it seems we'll be investing more in hospitality and culinary arts if she has her way. And it's why we provide our students with real-world work experience through field education and applied research. We believe this close contact with industry will give you a leg up, helping you build the hard and soft skills employers are looking for, and ultimately helping you achieve your career goals. Class of 2013, I know that many of you have had to overcome great obstacles in order to complete your education, whether personal or financial. You may have juggled heavy course loads, part-time jobs, and family responsibilities, working long hours both inside the classroom and out. Today, all of that persistence pays off. With your new credentials in hand, you've proven you have the knowledge, the skills, and most importantly, the drive to succeed. I know how good that feels. I was the first person in my family to complete a post-secondary education. Mind you, as the daughter of very insistent immigrants, I probably had no choice. I know some of the families in the audience are celebrating this same milestone today. So I'd like to offer both my heartfelt congratulations and a word of warning to the graduates. Your parents will probably spend the next few weeks bragging about your graduation to everyone they see. There's no use trying to stop them. This is a big day, not only for you, but for your family as well. To all the loved ones in the audience, parents, children, partners, other family members, and friends, I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you for believing in our graduates and for supporting them as they pursued their passions here at George Brown. They couldn't have done it without you, and hopefully your support will be returned in kind one day when you need it. To the graduates, today you join a long legacy of distinguished George Brown alumni. They are successful CEOs, beloved community workers and nurses, top chefs, renowned performers, thriving entrepreneurs, and the list goes on. Many continue their relationship with the college throughout their lives, and I hope you will join this proud tradition. In the future, you might consider joining a program advisory committee, hosting a student for a field placement, hiring a graduate, supporting the George Brown College Foundation, or continuing your education with us as a lifelong learner. Our door is always open to you. In the meantime, I encourage you to keep in touch with us. Don't forget to update your information with our Alumni Relations Office so you can take the advantage of many services on offer, including professional development or job search assistance. Like those who have come before you, you are a class of innovators and problem solvers, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. This auditorium is bursting with skilled graduates about to embark on rewarding new careers, well equipped with the knowledge obtained at George Brown. Today may mark an ending, but there are many exciting beginnings ahead. New jobs, new opportunities, and new challenges. George Brown was once unfamiliar to you, but you have succeeded here just as I know you will succeed elsewhere on your career path. You have the drive, you have the passion, and now you have the credential. What happens next is up to you. But I hope you take a moment to commend yourself on this tremendous achievement. You should be very proud. I know I am. Congratulations.
Thank you, Madam President. Graduates, each of you here today has completed a long journey to reach this achievement. Along the way, you have had the support of people close to you, and many of your supporters are here today to celebrate with you. This is your opportunity to say thank you to a parent, child, brother, sister, partner, spouse, or friend who helped make this possible. They share in your achievement. Please join me in recognizing them now. Graduates, I also invite you to join me in expressing your gratitude to your faculty and staff at your center. I would also like to thank Deborah Ifrati, Associate Registrar, and the team from the Registrar's Office for organizing this convocation. Thank you to Joanne Anderson, who provided real-time captioning for the ceremony, to Monique Ledrew and Tara Everett, our interpreters today, and to our announcer, Patrick Kwok-Chun. Special thanks also go to the staff and students from various college departments who volunteered their services today. I would also like to thank our piper, Alex Thompson, our musicians from Lamb Chops Music, and Thunder Jack, who provided the honor song. Graduates and guests, we hope you will follow us downstairs here in the Sony Center following the celebration. We ask that you remain in the auditorium until the platform party has left the stage. I now officially declare the ceremonies closed.